You already know you have the speaking ability, you enjoy having conversations with people, and from time to time, when you find yourself in a gathering of people, they assign the task of addressing everyone to you. And you're thinking to yourself, how can I turn this speaking ability, these speaking skills that I have into paid career? What should be my niche? Who should I speak to all the time? How do I package myself in such a way that people begin to see me as someone who is serious about this speaking ability that I have, and I have value to bring to their brand, business, concert, event, or occasion? Welcome to Event Hosting with Mary Sabo. I'm a corporate event host, and on this channel I'll be sharing with you all you need to know to start out and excel as a budding and aspiring event host. I'll tell you a story. One day on the streets of Instagram, someone sent me a DM, and she said to me she's a final year student of mass communication, and since she was a little girl, she has always had the dream to become an event host and a TV presenter. After looking through my bio and seeing the works that I do, she said to me, I want you to be my coach. I want you to mentor me and teach me all I need to know to become an excellent event host. I said, no worries, because I have been doing this in a little over a decade. So I shared with her all the things I've learned experientially with knowledge from my mentors and all of that good stuff. Guess what? She applied herself to all of the information that I shared with her. And on her first gig, she got paid and a hotel reservation was made for her. Wow. So you can actually on your first gig get paid. I was mind blown. I was really excited that I could share certain things with someone and she would go ahead, apply herself and get results. It was so exciting to see. Then I thought to myself, how can I share this information to a larger audience where a lot of people can have access to? Because this is an information that people who are just starting out or deciding to start off this career in events, professional events hosting, are looking forward to, and it will be so helpful to them. I've had the privilege of standing in front of high-profile individuals such as Kenny Makanaki, the musician, Saga of Big Brother Naija, Abisola of Big Brother Naija, as well as reputable people in the society such as Fela Durotoye, who was the presidential candidate in the last presidential election here in Nigeria. I also stood in front of reputable people such as Bishop Felix Adejumo and Bishop Funke Felix Adejumo, just to mention but a few. So on this channel, sometimes you'll be seeing videos of actual event experience, other times you'll be seeing behind the scenes. On other videos, you'll be watching vlogs of me and the things that I get up to when I'm not on stage hosting events. You get to know more about who I am and the other businesses that I do and just my life in general, basically. I hope that this video is going to inspire you as you decide to be a part of this community. If you're a budding or aspiring event host and you look forward to learning any of these things that I've shared with you, please do well to like, subscribe, and keep watching. So let's get into the video of today. I'll be sharing with you event hosting for beginners, a beginner's guide on how to turn your speaking skills into a paid career. There are 5 points you need to know, 5 fundamentals you need to know as an aspiring or budding event host. Number 1, number 2, and I think number 5 is the most important. So stick around and let's dive right into it. Now, before we get right into it, what is event hosting? Event hosting is the art of guiding the smooth and proper flow of communication at an event, an occasion, or a gathering. Yes, that is what event hosting is about. Everyone can talk, but not everyone can speak. Speaking is the very skill that you need to excel in building a career and turning your skill from speaking to a paid career. So let's get right into it. Point number 1, volunteering. You know how when you're in the university, possibly in your 3rd year or your 4th year, depending on your course of study and the school that you're attending, there's a time period of 6 or 3 months that is assigned to you to go on IT, and that is like more like internship. So they expect that you gain practical experience of all of the theoretical things that were taught to you. This is what volunteering is to you as an aspiring and starting event host. So volunteering gives you the opportunity to host a wide range of events to let you see which one you really like and which you really enjoy. It is from hosting events for free at no cost that you get to find out if you really like speaking to people, addressing people, meeting new people, and following itinerary and the list of order of programs that is being handed over to you. So you can host a corporate event, you can host like a wedding party, and you can host an outdoor event. Now, hosting any of these three is going to show you what it is you really enjoy, which part of event hosting you really enjoy. So this is like your internship because it gives you practical knowledge and practical experience as an event host. You might say that, oh Mary, but this thing is unpaid. Are we not talking about doing paid gigs? Yes, we're talking about that, but there's a journey to it, there's a process to it, right? Every good thing takes time. It doesn't just happen in like a splash of the moment. So this is what is going to build you up to getting paid, doing free gigs. So this taking free gigs is different for different people. If, for instance, you have worked a 9 to 5 for 5 years, if you're deciding to resign and do full-time or do part-time event hosting, you already know that you have an audience. From the office where you work, you can pitch to them that this is something you're able to do, as opposed to them hiring the service of someone that is well-known and all that stuff. Most times they won't pay you. Do not feel bad about it because they are helping you build a portfolio. That is what you should see volunteering as. So in finding your niche as an event host, because you cannot just set out to be doing just everything. Although at the beginning you can try your hands on a couple of types of event, but you also need to figure out with time which you put the least amount of effort but get the most amount of results. Here is what I mean. When I started out, I had always known that I speak polished English and I speak eloquently. So anytime I speak to people, they ask me, did you just get back from the States? I'm like, no, I've been in Nigeria all along. I grew up here and all that good stuff. So with that, I figured that, and again, I'm living in the West, and that's the western part of Nigeria. And it is a majorly Yoruba speaking, culture and all that stuff. But we have corporate bodies here and all that stuff. And I thought to myself, I cannot go and be hosting events that requires me speaking Yoruba. Because first off, I'm not very eloquent speaking the Yoruba language. And I thought to myself, English is something that comes very natural to me. And I know how to properly articulate my word. So what type of event needs this type of skill? And with time, I figured that it's corporate events. And guess what? I am now a corporate event host, and this is what I've been doing for the last decade, right? So if you are that type of person who speak phonetics, you love English, you love organized environment and all that stuff, you're most likely to excel in the corporate world. If you are the person who loves to shower praises on people, you know how to do oriki. Oriki in Yoruba means praises, right? You are most likely to excel doing like an alaga, right? Alaga is an MC, is a type of emceeing career path where you serve at weddings. Primarily Yoruba traditional weddings, so you can do the oriki there and all that stuff. Then if you're the energy box, the life of the party, you also know that I think social events is where I'm gonna flow. For weddings, party, ginger is always needed. Concert, you need that burst of energy, so you would probably excel as a social event host. You have to sit down with yourself now and figure out, what type of event can I host well with the little amount of effort and get the most amount of results? I hope this helps someone. Point number 2, have a to-do list. But you're asking, Coach Mary, what does to-do list have to do with being an event host? Do like this, do like this. take the calms, chill. Okay, that's why you're here, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. And I'm not talking about doing to-do lists for your brand or your business or anything. I'm talking about you yourself having a personal daily to-do list where you sit down a night to or the morning of that day to itemize the things that you want to do on the day. Now, what this does is that it helps you focus your energy on the most important things that you have listed out and prioritized. I'm not talking about some crazy list. I'm not talking about having 50 to-do lists in a day. When you're making a to-do list, it has to be realistic and achievable, right? So you can have a list of maybe like 5 or at most 10 things you want to get done in a day. Listen, as little as this thing that I'm talking about is, it can make a whole world of difference. If you haven't tried it before, I want you to give yourself 1 month trial period. Start every day having a to-do list and watch how you concentrate on the things that are most important for you to achieve during your day. This helps you take out excess time just pressing your phone and going through different social media platforms. If you work as a social media person or your work is majorly online, you understand exactly what I'm talking about. But I'm sure that having a to-do list is going to help you incredibly well. So, how does this relate to event hosting? Event hosting is majorly following the instructions that were handed over to you, however, allowing for flexibility. So when they are showing you the order of program, it's itemized, right? So the list of things that you're supposed to do, who is coming first, who is coming next, who is speaking after who is coming to present after what, right? Is following a list. Now, the skill that you have gained from your to-do list, from your daily to-do list, is going to help you abide by this. It's going to help you follow with detail and attention the list that has been given to you by your clients, which is the event organizers. So having a daily to-do list and ensuring that you master the art of following it is so important. You don't have to do everything on your to-do list, but however, if you get past half of the things that you have, I think that you're making progress. And if you don't finish it in the first day, the next day you can carry over the things that you didn't finish the previous day and continue just like that. As time goes on, you'd realize that you're building that skill of following your to-do list. Heading over to the third point, and this is actually very important as well, and that is personal branding. Now, personal branding is how you present yourself both online and offline. What do people perceive of you when you're in the room or when you're not in the room? When your name comes up, what is that thing that comes to the mind of people? That is what your personal brand is about. So with personal branding, it calls for you to pay attention to the pictures that you post online, the videos that you post online, how you carry yourself, how you look, how you smell, and all of that good stuff. I remember when I was much younger, I had toothache and then I had to visit the dentist because I cannot be sickly going to events. So you want to pay attention to all of that. Do teeth whitening. If you have to visit the dentist to get your teeth whitened, it is so important. I remember one time I was having a conversation with this guy who says that he wants to start public speaking. And I was talking to him and getting distracted all the time because I was just looking at his teeth. He had discoloration on his teeth that was just taking all of the attention. I had to open up to him and let him know that, you know what, I think that there is something you can do to fix this. Visit a dentist and get your teeth whitened, right? And he did just that. And let me tell you, that boosted his confidence ever since. So little attention to details like that concerning your personal life is going to go a long way. Because when clients are reaching out to you and they see that you're not one desperate person, they see that you're putting yourself together well, they will just not talk to you anyhow. And this is you teaching them how to treat you and how to talk to you. This and much more is what personal branding is about. Let me know if you really enjoy like this personal brand and you want a detailed video that talks specifically about how you can brand as starting aspiring event host. Let me know if this is something you want me to talk about in details, and I'll make an entire video just talking about personal branding as a starting event host. Let me know in the comment section. Now we're moving to the fourth point, and this particular point is very close to my heart because every single thing that you do, once this is a part of it, I'm telling you, it's going to be the game changer for your event hosting style and personality and brand that you are about to start building. And the point is, read books. Yes, I know that this is a culture that is most likely not being upheld by a lot of people, but I can guarantee you that reading books actually improves your vocabulary. You're able to see through the minds of other authors and tap into their wealth of experience. So I'm going to be sharing with you five books, I repeat, 5 book recommendation that you should read as a starting and aspiring event host. The first on that list will be Rich Dad Poor Dad. Yay! But you're asking, isn't Rich Dad Poor Dad a finance book? Why should I read that as a starting event host? Listen, when it comes to negotiating with your client, you need to understand how money works, and this book is gonna teach you all you need to know about how money works, because you need to understand finances, especially because it's a service that you provide. Most people are likely to say, it's not just talking, it's not just speaking, I can do it. What do you mean you're charging me 100k or 250k or even 5 million naira to host an event? What exactly do you mean? So this book is gonna save you all of that stress. Please read it. Get your hands on the hard copy, on the soft copy. I highly recommend. Next book I'll be recommending to you is one that blows my mind. It's one that really shaped my perspective and helped me to move from one level to another. It's a book that taught me about habits, how that little changes over a consistent period of time can amount to great results. And that book is none other than, drum rolls, Atomic Habits by James Clear. This book is my current read and I'm just in the 3rd chapter, and listen, it's downloading all the useful information that I need to know about having habits and building sustainable ones. So I think that you should get your hands on either the soft copy or the hard copy, and I promise you it will change the game of your life. Yes. By now, you already know that event hosting is majorly a call to personal branding, because people are going to listen to you because of the value that you have. When people entrust you to host their event, they are entrusting all of the things that you know. So that's why reading is absolutely important. Another way to learn as an event host is listening. So once you're reading, you're listening to what the person is saying, right? Watch YouTube videos, watch podcasts, and all of that good stuff. Now, this leads me to the next book I'd love to recommend for you. It's a women book, kind of, but if you're a male, you can get your hands on it. I think that it'll be great for you to read. But it's just like most men have great mindset and relationship with money. It's the women that mostly battle with this, and so I'm recommending this book to my girlies. I think that you can take a guess for now what that book is about. Oh! Smart Money Woman. You guys, this book will take you to the roots of the money problem to an African girl child, and it would show you how to get out of it, overcome, and start making significant progress in your life. It touched on a lot of topics. It touched about finances, it talked about money, yes, it talked about family, it talked about relationship, it talked about work life. Everything you need to know as a woman is in this book, and I highly recommend get your hands on this book, and I'm sure that you will not regret it. And so the next book I'm going to recommend is The Subtle Act of Not Giving a Fuck. Listen, that book, permit my French, but that's the title of the book, The Subtle Act of Not Giving a Fuck. And really, so I resigned my 9 to 5 in December 2023 when I decided I want to be an event host full time. It was a lot of battle because I left the corporate world and my bosses weren't having it because they didn't think that it was a right decision that I was making and all of that. But I sat down with myself and I know that for a fact that I'm done working in 9 to 5. I really want to go full-fledged entrepreneur, event hosting, content creation, and all of that good stuff. And so it was a bold decision I made. So the book that carried me through that season is this particular book that I'm recommending. If you're at that point in your life where you want to make very bold, audacious step, you need new information that is going to help you to know that if you're not giving a about something, you will give a about another. Okay? Okay. So finally, the 5th book that I'm recommending to you is a no-brainer. This particular book, you should absolutely have it because it's talking about you starting your career as a professional event host. And the title of this book is 5 Fundamentals of Event Hosting, a beginner's guide to kickstarting your career in professional event hosting, as authored by my humble self, Mary Sabo. You can get this on Seller via the link in the description box, and you can check my bio on Instagram at the Mary Sabo. Get your copy today and get right into all of the useful information that this book is going to be sharing with you. And I can guarantee you that the value that is in that book, my team and I worked so hard in ensuring that this book comes to life just for your learning pleasure. This is a starter pack that you need to start your career as a professional event host. Make your purchase today, get your copy, read, apply yourself, get results, and let me know a few months from now what your results are. I look forward to hearing from you, and I'm wishing you all the best. If you have watched up until this point, well done. Look at you being committed to your personal growth and career growth as a starting event host. I am really proud of you, and you deserve a round of applause. Yes, take your virtual round of applause. Well done. Okay, now to the final point. The final point of the out of the 5 things you need to know before you starting out as an event host and moving yourself from not being paid to being paid is health and wellness. This is one of the most important points I'm going to talk about, right? Your health and wellness is absolutely important because if you're sickly, you cannot serve at events, right? So you want to pay attention to your health. Okay, so I used to be a lot bigger than this, and I used to have a sweet tooth. I took a lot of sugar, a lot of sugary food. I took a lot of ice cream, a lot of sweet, a lot of carbonated drinks and all that. So it made me add so much weight. Plus, I have a family history of being big, being plus size, being really big. My dad has like health issues because he's really overweight, and like the medical doctors told him that he has, you know, some medical conditions and he really needs to watch it. So I saw myself going in that line and that direction. And what I did, I'll insert a picture of me when I was really big in now. Okay, so what I did to move from here to here is that I started reducing sugar intake. Yes, I saw this 30 days no sugar challenge on Nasa Isimi's Instagram page a couple of years back, about 3 years, and I took on the challenge and started doing it. I go 30 days no sugar, like granulated sugar. I don't mean no rice, no beans. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about no like actual sugar. Because when I'm taking like maybe half cup of gari, I'm putting like 3 spoons of sugar. So I was that sweet tooth. So now I don't even take gari. And now if I'm taking golden meal, I take it without sugar, right? So I'm just giving you all of these details so you see like how you need to be very intentional about your health and wellness. Before, when I take a little walks, my knees begin to hurt, and I was still very young, and I'm like, this is not right. I started making those lifestyle changes and I started seeing results. And as time went on, I moved from an 85 weight and I went to 70 and 69, and now we are just maintaining that. And then I did that once and realized that it's not a one-time thing. You cannot just lose weight in 30 days or all of that. It takes some time for you to, you know, journey through that. But once you're committed to it, it's a possibility. You can achieve it, but you need to take it one step at a time. That's why the book that I recommended earlier, Atomic Habits, is really going to come in helpful to that. It doesn't mean that I'm talking to only people who are big or people who want to pay attention to their health in that way. If you're not big and you take a lot of sugary things, excess sugar is actually not good for your health. So you want to watch out on that, right? And then the next point is like managing stress. Managing stress is very important these days. We're into so many things. We have multiple streams of income, we have deliveries to do, we have deadlines to work with, and all of this responsibility comes with a lot of stress. And even as an event host in the event industry, to be honest with you, it can be stressful on some days. It's not like it's going to be easy all the time. So you need to learn how to manage stress. Drink water, stay hydrated, know when your brain is full and you need to take a break. Go outside some more, workout if you can. Workout is actually not working out for me, so I don't bother as much, but I take long walks because that's something that comes a lot easier. But anytime I hop in the gym, I end up having malaria or something, and I stay in bed for like 3 days. So I figured, what, I'm not gonna stress about this too much. Maybe in future I'm gonna get back to the gym, but for now I just take walks, and all that stuff. I'm sharing with you all of this so that you know that when it comes to your health and wellness, you need to be intentional about it, so that you're in good body shape, you're in good mental shape, you're in good psychological and emotional shape as well, because you need all of these aspects of your life to really do well and excel as an event host. Yes, we have come to the end of this video, and I'm super proud of you for watching up until this point. If you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe, like, comment, watch, share, and I'll be so grateful. Before we wrap up this video, let's look at a recap of all of the 5 fundamental things you need to know that is capable of moving you from just a speaking skill to a paid career. Number 1, volunteering. Number 2, have a to-do list. Number 3, personal branding. Number 4, read books. And finally, health and wellness. Thank you for watching up until this point. I hope that you learned a thing or two, and until the next video, bye.